My brother's girl best friend stole the engagement ring, and by the end, I understood why. I always thought my brother Keel would choose his best friend Gianna in the end. I mean, she was practically family. She held his hand when he had panic attacks, kept him company when his ex cheated, and stayed when he went through all those weird phases. Rocker phase, athlete phase, artist phase. Even my mom, who was honestly cold and scary sometimes, called her my future daughter-in-law. So we all assumed they'd end up together. But he chose someone with bad intentions and an even worse history. Keel brought Chelsea to Sunday dinner to meet the family. "This is the girl I've been telling you about," he said, grinning. Gianna froze the moment Chelsea walked in. She clenched her teeth and forced a smile. "Keel talks about you all the time," Chelsea said sweetly. "I feel like we're already friends." When Keel went to grab drinks, Gianna excused herself and left dinner early. For the next weeks, she did everything to avoid them, coming up with the craziest excuses, while Chelsea just kept smiling and chatting like nothing was wrong. Well, she's about to lose her best friend. It's only natural she'd have mixed feelings about it, my mom tried to reason. Normally I'd agree, but something felt odd about this. I mean, it wasn't as if Gianna was even in love with him. She was just a great friend who supported him. The night before his engagement party, he and Gianna hung out on the balcony, laughing and drinking like they used to. When Keel brought up the question everyone had been dying to ask, "Is something wrong, Gianna? You're my best friend, and if you think this wedding is wrong, trust me, I'd end it." Gianna looked at him with guilty expression and said quietly, "If she makes you happy, then I support you." The next day, he and Gianna showed up to the rooftop venue early to help rehearse his speech and set up. Gianna looking sick and jumpy the entire time. Keel cleared his throat, walking over to Gianna nervously. "I feel like throwing up," he said. Gianna smiled and worked on fixing his tie. "You'll be fine." Deep breaths. Once the guests arrived, everyone was admiring the decorations and enjoying the food. When Keel announced Gianna would be his best woman at the wedding, everyone cheered. Chelsea walked over to hug her. "We're going to be like sisters," she said loudly. Then she leaned in and whispered, "You still look better with short hair. Remember when I had to fix it for you?" Chelsea laughed, making my skin crawl. Gianna's glass shattered on the floor. Everyone turned to look. Her face crumpled. "No, I won't let you do this to me again." She walked to the display table, grabbed the ring box, and walked to the edge of the terrace, throwing the ring into the pool below. She turned to Keel with a sad expression. "You can't marry her. Just anyone but her." Then she left. The person who had supported my brother for years just left. Gianna literally vanished overnight, moved out of her apartment, blocked everyone, wouldn't answer calls. Keel was devastated, and Chelsea cried, telling everyone that she had no idea what she could have possibly done wrong. But I wasn't buying any of it. What Gianna did that night wasn't normal, but I wasn't buying it. That look on Gianna's face wasn't jealousy. It was fear. Keel and I didn't stop looking for her, looking for answers. Then, in a diner 3 towns over, I found her, sitting in a booth alone, looking completely destroyed. I walked in and grabbed her wrist before she could leave. "Gianna, you've always been a sister to me, and what you did that night was seriously crazy. You need to tell me what's wrong." She looked at me, fighting back tears. I can't watch it happen again," she said softly. That's when the truth came out. Chelsea had been the middle school bully who tormented her. "Remember when I had that terrible pixie cut freshman year?" Gianna asked. "Chelsea put gum and super glue in my hair while I was sleeping in study hall." She looked at me with hollow eyes and pulled out her middle school yearbook. Every page was covered in threats. "End yourself," written over and over in different handwriting. Chelsea's signature was across Gianna's photo with "The world would be better without you" in purple gel pen. Dozens of kids had written horrible things because Chelsea made bullying Gianna the cool thing to do. She showed me the healed scars on her wrist, the ones always covered by thick bracelets. "The hospital made me do therapy for a year," Gianna said. "I had to switch schools for 8th grade, start over completely." I held her hand gently. "Does Keel know?" She shook her head. "How could I tell him that the girl he fell in love with hurt his best friend?" She already pretended not to know me, played nice until she bagged the prize. Her hands trembled. Before I left, I asked to borrow the yearbook. Gianna just nodded. An hour before Keel's wedding, I pulled him aside in his dressing room. "You need to see this." I handed him the yearbook. He flipped through it, confused. Then he saw Chelsea's handwriting. "Where is she?" His voice cracked. I gave him Gianna's address, 2 hours away. He ran out in his tuxedo without another word. The last thing I saw was Chelsea in her wedding dress screaming at the empty altar, and my mom smiling through tears, whispering, "Finally."